Assalamualaikum to Miss Amalina. This is video our presentation. First, I will introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Afiq Husaini. My matric number 2052. Next, I will intro about my team members. First, Muhammad Iman bin Abdul Aziz, nombor matric 2090. Next, Muhammad Aziz Daniel 20C8. Next, Muhammad Daniel Ahmad bin Zamzuri 2083. Next, I will start with introduction. Introduction. The data in diagram below show the donation collected. Below show the donation collected by 50 students during a campaign. I will explain about procedure and method. Step 1. Determine the largest or highest and smaller values. High values is 44 and low value is 17 yang terdapat dalam jadual. Step 2. Determine range. Range is high values minus lower values. For answer is 44 minus 70 equal 27. Step 3. Number of data. Formula number of data 1 plus t.log n. N is number of data. The answer is 1 plus t.3 log 50 minus equal 6.1 21. Bunda round 6.61 using a calculator and get a result of 7. Step 4. Determine class size. Determine class is which divides number of class. For answer is 27 divide 7 equal 4. Step 5. Determine class interval is lower value plus class size is 17 plus 4 equal 21 is 17 to 20. We explain how to find the midpoint. For example, 17 plus 20 equal 37. After that, 37 divided by 2 equal 18.5. And so in the same way, Next, the way to find the class boundary is the left way first, which is to take the left number of interval class, which is 70, and subtract 0.5 equal to 16.5. Next is the right way, which is to take the right number of the interval class, which is 20, and add it with 0.5, which is equal to 20.5, and then do the same way. The next way to find upper boundary is to just take the number on the right of the class interval and add 0.5, the same as the class boundary. Finally, the way to find the cumulative frequency is to add the upper frequency number to the lower number, which is 7 plus 9 equal to 60, and continue to add 16 plus the lower number, which next is the number 10.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Imam bin Abdul Aziz. My metric number is 22DAQ21F2019. First, a histogram is an approximate representation of the distribution of numerical data. To construct a histogram, the first step is to the range of value that is divide the entire range of value into a series of interval, and then count how many value fall into each interval. The bins are usually specified as consecutive non-overlapping interval of a variable. The bin must be adjacent and are often of equal size. Histogram. A histogram is a graphical representation of data point organized into user-specific range, similar in appearance to a bar graph. The histogram contains a data series into an easily interpreted visual by taking many data points and grouping them into logical range or bin. Histogram.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Marina Akmal bin Zamzuri. My metric number is 22DAQ21F2083. Today I'm going to explain about the graph of frequency polygon. The relevance of presentation of data in the pictorial or graphical form is immense. Frequency polygons give an idea about the shape of the data and the trends that a particular data set follows. A frequency polygon is a graphical form of representation of data. It is used to depict the shape of the data and to depict trends. It is usually drawn with the help of a histogram, but can be drawn without it as well. A histogram is a series of rectangular bars with no space between them and is used to represent frequency distribution. Mark all the internal number of classes on the horizontal axis. It is also known as the mid value of every class. Corresponding to each internal number of class, plot the frequency as given to you. The head always depict the frequency. Make sure that the frequency is plotted against the internal number of class and not the upper of or lower limit of any class. Join all the plotted points using a line segment. The curve obtained will be kind. The resulting curve is called the frequency polygon. On the graph, y-axis I use frequency, and for the x-axis I use the midpoint. First, we need to find the frequency and midpoint to create a frequency polygon graph. To get the number of frequency, it need to refer to the table for the graph. Next, to get the midpoint, the internal number of class needs to add both and divide by 2. After that, on the graph, number of midpoint 14.5, number of frequency is 0. Number of midpoint 18.5, frequency is 7. Number of midpoint 22.5, frequency is 9. Number of midpoint 26.5, frequency is 10. Next, number of midpoint 30.5, the frequency is 11. Number of midpoint 34.5, the frequency is 7. Number of midpoint 38.5, the frequency is 4. And number of midpoint 42.5, the frequency is 2. And the last number of midpoint 46.5, the frequency is 0. The graph is initially upward sloping and then downwards.
Ni Muhammad Azrin bin Barimi, All Matric 2065. Today I want to present about Ogive graph. The word give is basic a term used in attribute to cite a server or server shape. I will proceed step by step to draw an Ogive graph. Step 1. Draw a label the horizontal x-axis and vertical y-axis. Step 2. Take the frequency of the line along the y-axis, vertical axis, and the upper class boundary on the x-axis. Horizontal axis, add one class interval before the class interval specified by the start frequency in apply. Step 3. Plot the frequency of the help axis, the limit of feature upper class. Step 4. Connect the filter point with smooth cover. Note, do not use a ruler to connect the dots. Conclusion. The conclusion is that we can learn how to make a table more precisely. Besides, then we can also understand about graph as explained. We can know about the position of the x-axis and the y-axis. We can also better make the histogram graph, polygon frequency, and Ogive graph. There are many more. Then we learn such to how to get on the mode on the off medium. That's just then us, and thank you.